My name is Barry Freestone and I'm here today to tell you a little bit about iCraft Online. iCraft Online is an exciting website where you can get loads and loads of different crafting items and templates which you can download straight to your computer. It's a great website, and the great thing about it is not only are there fantastic things there for you, but the prices of them are extremely competitive. Now, before we move on and show you some of the wonderful downloads that we've got in a little bit more detail, what we'd like to do is show you just how easy it is to register with iCraft Online and make your first purchase.
I'm now going to show you how easy it is to register as a customer with iCraft Online. First of all, you just click on Enter Shop. Then you click on My Account. If you are a returning customer, it's the right hand side of the page that you're interested in. If you're new, then you use the left hand side and we need to click on Continue. Then we need to have your personal details. I'll just put your line in there. Barry Freestone at anycity.co.uk. Obviously we'd like your real one. Then put your address, and then it's important that you select the country that you're living in. So in this case it's the United Kingdom. We would like your telephone number because we do sometimes have to contact you, so it will be very useful for you to leave that with us. And then you just set your password, and in this case I'm going to set the word as craft and then continue, and now your account has been created.
So it really is very simple. All we want you to do now is sit back and enjoy this selection of fabulous downloads from iCraftOnline.co.uk.
This is the rectangle download for the template set. Now from this, you can make the rectangle flip and fold cards in 6 different sizes, but you've also got various options in the different ones as well. You can make your mat and layers there, you can do your flip and fold, you can do lots of different shapes, you've got lots of different sizes. So when you download this, you can keep it forever and just print out as and when you need it. From each printout, you've got various options of the kind of templates you want. Now I do advise you to go and have a look at the rest of the videos that go with this range. Every range has a different video with new techniques and ideas, etc. And you can make things like this. You've got rectangle, you've got square, you've got diamond, you've got hexagonal, octagonal, all sorts, round, everything, well, loads of different ones. Really beautiful things you can make for them. I'm only showing you basic cards. You can decorate them any way you want, but I'm just showing you lots of different ways from the basic template on what you can do. This is the rectangle template. Now if you go for this one, I'll show you exactly what you're going to get, and then I'll give you one technique showing you how to use these. Now you can print these onto whatever you want. Obviously, I print them straight onto paper. This one's to parchment, but you can print them straight onto card if you want, or acetate. That's the large one. That's the template that we're going to be using. Then I've got the slightly smaller one there, as you can see. Now they're designed to flip and fold, so you basically have 2 of these, and then you turn it around, you crease one of them, fold it over. I'll be showing you that in a minute, and you create that wonderful effect there. And you've got the 3rd one in size, then you're getting smaller and smaller, so you've got all these different options. You can turn them into mat and layers, you can do different templates with different apertures, etc. And there is the smallest one there. Now let me just go through what I've got here. Come back to me, Lorraine. I've just got this different set here. I just want to show you a few things. If you look at all the other videos, you'll see loads and loads of tips and advice and examples of what you can do. I just want to run through quickly, because you can always catch up with other designs and that. This one, there's this one. Now you can either print that out to card and make a template like I have here, or you can print it directly onto the card and that you're going to be using and cut that out. But in this case, I actually printed out onto a piece of paper, cut that out, put it over onto a piece of card, and then made this template for it. And I just put a pencil line here showing me where to crease. From that basic template, I actually then cut out these 2 from dark card. There you go, you can see that better. You see the dark card? I've got 1 and I've got 2. Now on the second one, where the crease is, the line is there, you just fold that, you crease it with a ruler and a blunt tool, So you get a nice indentation, and then you fold it over so you get that side. Now, to make this card, that will fit on there. So if you can imagine that that fits perfectly like that, and then you've got the leg here and the leg at the base of the card here, but when you've stuck these two sides together, that folds over and becomes the stand of the card. So when it's stuck together, that's how it works like that, as you can see on the back. So what we're going to do first of all is just stick those two together. I'm just going to use some masking tape, not masking tape, double-sided tape, and just put a strip along there. Now when you're sticking it down, you can take more time than I'm doing here, obviously, and you can make a much better job of it. Because I'm always doing things back to front, upside down in any way, but the right way when I'm working back to front, as like I am for this one. But there you go, I'm just sticking that... Sorry? Yes. Yes, your lucky bit is that Lorraine's not doing it. And the lucky bit is that this gets filmed properly. Just press the right buttons, love, you'll be fine. Take the tablets and press the right buttons, that's all I ask.
Do my best.
Doing her best. Right, peeling the backs off here. There you go, I'm sticking this down straight away. Oh. Let's just peel that off. There you go, get rid of those. And I'm going to line this up precisely onto there. Now if I open that out, and here's the side of the card. Now if I put those two corners together there and there, that should be perfectly in the right place, which it is. And then stick that down, that folds over there like that. And then you end up, as I showed you before, you've got the card which will freely stand like so. Now, you can have a card like that, and then you can decorate it any way you want. And if you look at all the different options here, give you loads of different options in the other video showing you how to do this basic card fold, basic template, but using the basic template, he says one more time, repetition, you can do other things. Now, for example, there's my card, I'll just leave that there. I can take this, and what I've done, I've created my own frames. I took the main design and I got some gold card and I actually printed it onto the back. You can see these frames I've cut out. I just printed the whole of the card out with this design on. Then I took a scalpel and scissors and I cut all these layers out. I've got some here that I've already been showing. I've just got different ones. I've got some here that I've made up, which I'll show you in a minute, which I'm going to use in this demonstration. But I just want to show you, I'm not going to use all these frames, I'm only going to use 3 of them. But basically, if you print onto a piece of card, and I did gold in this case, and then just cut out, you've got all these frames you can use time and time again. And the way that I cut them out is, I like to just score, say this, I've done these all already, but if I take this one and I've scored just down there, I've just taken my scalpel and using a metal ruler, I just score down there, so that's easy to cut out. Now, I've just put my scissors in there, and I like to do, because I find if I use, for me personally, if I'm using the scalpel all the time, my fingers hurt. So if you've got problems, you know, with using the scalpel, you just do one score and use your scissors for cutting the rest out. And if you just score one edge, then you're going to have all of this usable, and you're not going to have like a ragged centre that's going to be thrown away. That would make a great sentiment section to go on your card, and there is another. Use that as a sentiment. Let's see how it goes anyway, should we? So there's my card. Got my card, and now we're going to decorate in a different way. And what I've done here, I've just taken some really nice backing paper, and I've just stuck it down. Let me just do one here. Let me just show you. Let's do this one. This is the one I'm cutting out here. So all I'm going to do with this, I'm taking the frame and I'm going to take just some glue, and you can use masking tape or whatever glue you enjoy, what you like doing. And I'm just going, and the great thing about this, I can position that exactly where I want it, so I get the right effect coming through. I'm just going to stick that down, and then when that's stuck, it's better if I left it a little bit. I'm just framing that up slightly. I'm just making a base of a card that you can then add decoration to or do what you want. And I'm just making various frames up to go onto this basic cut and fold card. So I'm just cutting that out around the edge. You can do a better job than me. because I'm doing everything back to front as normal. You could use a scalpel and a steel ruler as well if you want to get more of a decent cut. I'm just using my scissors, going up to the edge, like so. And there you go, that's nicely framed. And that's using that template set as well. So what I've also done here, I've made some other ones. I did the second largest, I did that pattern, and then I did the fourth largest, and I did that frame, and then that's the one that you've just seen me do. So now I've got options. I'm just going to decorate this. Now, entirely up to you what you want to do, but there's my basic card. If I want, I can just use one of these. That can go on there as a frame and stick that down, and you've got the beginnings of a nice card there with some nice you've got a frame that you've used from the template set, and you've got a backing. But then you could add another frame, say like that, on a slide, put that over the top and stick that down there. Then you could put that one slightly overlapping there like that, so you've got like two frames, and you could put like a decoupage here and a little decoupage there, and then the little centre bit you've got left over, you could turn that into a sentiment, put a peel off on there or a stamp and decorate it up. So there's various ways of using this. What about this other way? There's another way here. Let's have a look at this. Let's just play around and see what we can do. So that could go there. That could go on a little jaunty angle even. Doesn't have to fit exactly. How about these going down like that? So you've got them more geometric, more kind of regimented, but you've got a nice mat and layering section there. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and then you could decorate that up in different ways. What about putting that in the middle and that in the middle, and maybe this little gold sentiment bit at the top? So there's various options that you can do with these. So if you want to make a card like this, all you've got to do is download the template set, and you get all the 6 sizes, and then you can make a card. I'm not going to stick this together because I'm not decided what I'm going to do with it, but I just want to show you how you can create frames with background paper on it, so you can make a card like this. And you can see there, you've got that card and you've got all the various options. If we can just go in a little bit closer, Lorraine, will that work? Yeah, that's fine. And then you've got another option using your rectangle, and that will stand up. It can't stand it up at the moment because it's not stuck down, but there's just one option.
Now that we've opened our account, I'm going to show you how to purchase your first download. So you click on Enter Shop, and then you can go into all of these categories if you want to and look at all of the things there, but I'm going to search by item number. So to do that, I'm scrolling right down to the bottom, and then on the left hand side you've got Quick Find. So I'm just going to type in the item number, or it could be a keyword if you wanted to use a keyword, but let's just use the item number. And that's taken me to the Flip and Fold Bumper Card Template Set. That's what I want to buy, so I click on Buy Now. Then I click on Add to Cart. Now I'm going to go up here just to this right hand side and click on Checkout. Now it's telling me I've got to pay by PayPal. Using PayPal or credit cards and debit cards, it doesn't matter if you don't have a PayPal account, you can still pay with PayPal, or you can still use PayPal to purchase your items. Now I'm going to click on Continue, and then finally I'm going to click on Confirm Order. Now at this stage it takes you to the PayPal page. Now if you have a PayPal account, it's here where you need to log on. If you don't have a PayPal account, then click on Don't Have a PayPal Account. And then that will take you to this next page where you can fill in all of your details. So we're going to select a card. I'll select Visa, Delta, and then up will pop this box, and then it will ask you for all of the card details. Now I'm not going to go through this entire stage because I think you can see quite straightforwardly that this works fine. Once you have completed all of your credit card details or debit card details in there, all you need to do is click Confirm Order, and it will take you back to the iCraft Online website to get your download. So once you've confirmed your payment with PayPal, it brings you back to this page on the iCraft Online website, and there you will find your download products ready for you to download. So all we need to do is click on that and then click Save. And I'm going to save it to my desktop and just overwrite that one. And all you have to do now is wait for it to download. Now this is a fairly large download, so it will take 1 or 2 moments for it to get there, but once it's got there I'll show you it on the desktop. So here it is downloaded. All I'm going to do now is double click on it and open that up, and then we can look inside there, and here are all of your templates, and then you can just transfer the entire file over to your desktop, and then you can just start sending them straight to your printer. It's as simple as that.
Now I'm going to show you this fantastic download set of templates. It makes basically a stepper card, but a stepper card with a difference. You've got like a box that goes inside. Now you could use that for a shaker card. You can use it for putting your decoupage in there and layer up so it's nicely protected. A bit of acetate over the front or thick plastic. Lots of different ways of using it. I'm going to show you one technique today, but make sure you have a good look. Keep looking all the time because we'll be adding new videos, new techniques, new ideas all the time. Let's show you what you're going to get with this set. First of all, you're basically getting one design but 6 different sizes. Now I'll show you the cards that they make. I'm just showing you the basic cards. You can decorate them up any way you want. So there is the box that goes inside the card. Now these are printed onto parchment. You can print them onto card, onto paper, straight onto the back of the card that you're going to be using. Anything you want. There's various ways of using the templates. You choose the way that you think is best for you. So this size, to make this card, I'll show you one of the cards finished here. There you go, that is the card finished there, stunning black card there. Now this box here goes on the front there, but now you can put it in that way and you've got some flaps if you did that in a different colour, or you can slide this in from the inside, that sticks on the inside there, so you've got a box, and if I can show you that one's already been done. You've got the box inside and you can see the box there stuck on the back, so you can see you've got your card. Now if you want to make the large card, it will be template set number 1, and you get the box there, and you've also got the card as well. Now you could use the card on its own, or you could leave, you don't have to cut the aperture out, so you've got the basic card, various ways of using it. I like to just slot that in there for now, keeps everything together neat and tidy. But you can see there, if you have that one, there, if you say that did that in a black and white, so you could have this in white and then did a silhouette in there. Lots and lots of different ways of using it. So that is number 1, that's template set number 1. Then you've got template set number 2, which is just going down a notch. They're varying in sizes. And this set, again, you're getting 2 sheets of the card, as you can see. And that is the size of the, oh no, give you the wrong one there. Let me show you this one. There you go, that's the next size down. This one's been done in gold card. And you can see there how that looks so beautiful there. And you can see the box behind there going in there. I'm going to show you how to assemble these and how quick and easy it is to do. So that is box set number 2, slightly different, smaller size. Then you've got box number 3, obviously. And again, you're getting 2 sheets here, so you can print straight on and you can create that size of card. Again, I've got the box on from the front here, but these are not made up. You can decorate them any way you want. I'm just showing you the basics here of what you can do. So that is number 3. Then we've got box size number 4, and I've got a nice one here. You can see the card, and you can see how they're going small. This is probably about an A6 size card, this. You're going slightly smaller and smaller. Again, you can just put a very simple design in there. These flaps can be underneath or on the top. Very simple and easy to do. So that's the size of number 4. Then you've got number 5. Now number 5 comes on 1 sheet of designs there. So you're getting the card, and you're also getting the box that goes inside. And to make that card, that is the size there that you're going to get to make that. You can see my hand, so you get a comparison. In fact, you've got 2 here. One that I've got a shaker card, one that's just got an aperture, will have a box go inside. And I'm going to show you at the end as well, because we'll be adding lots of different design templates as well to go on, give you different apertures, etc. And I'll just show you an idea of how to assemble these and how gently to use them. So that's number 5. That's the one we're going to demonstrate with, so I'll keep that to one side. And then you've got number 6 here, and you can see number 6, and it makes you a nice little card like that, a nice little box. Actually, we didn't really want to go much smaller than that, because then it starts getting really fiddly doing all the bending all the bits over. Now, if I put number 1 next to number 6, you can see how those have gone down in stages to create the different sizes of the card. So the choice is entirely up to you. That'd be quite nice at a wedding, wouldn't it? There's a little name tag with perhaps a little bit of confetti inside or something like that. You can use these in lots and lots and lots of different ways. So how easy are they to use? Well, they're very easy. Let's show you this. Now this one here, I've just got a nice piece of pink card here, and I actually put it through my printer. I downloaded, that was number 6, as you can see. I just printed that directly onto the back of the card, and I've got everything that I need there to make this card with. Now, if I wanted, I could have made a template drawn around it, or just had a piece of paper over the top, thin paper that I printed onto, and then just scored through it, and then all the indentations would be in the card, knowing where to cut and what have you. So this is it. This makes this beautiful size card there. No, it's the wrong one. That one. That one makes this one. That's number 5. That makes this size. So what do we do? Right, you can take scissors, you can take a scalpel, you can do whatever you want. I'm just going to cut out the design first. I'm cutting out the big one. Now, when you're cutting these out, I'm typical crafter. I want to save all the bits and pieces. Now, if you save them at home, what I do, I've got A4 boxes, and I've got probably about 10 boxes altogether. And as I get my different bits of offcuts like that, I put the pink card and paper in a pink box, and I've got a red box and a green box, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky. You can shut your face over there. And then they're handy. It just keeps it all organised. If you've got one box with like 10,000 different colours in, it gets a little bit more easy and you give up, don't you? But my tip is to just, you know, have different coloured boxes with paper and what have you, all the pink. So there you go, that is the card cut out. You can see that. You've got all the lines just to show you as well. Where you've got a straight line, that's where you make a cut. If you've got a dotted line, that's where you make a fold. So we'll come to that in a minute. Next, I've got the box, it's not a lid, it's the actual inside of the card, so I'm going to cut this one out. And again, you could use a scalpel or you can use scissors. And I'm using scissors, obviously. I've got that nice piece there, you see I can use that later on. And then I'm going to cut this out. Now I'm doing this from start to finish because I want you to see how easy and simple these cards are to make. And if I do it, then you're going to go, well, you've got no excuses then, have you? You can just say, oh, well, Alan did it that way. But obviously, it's like most crafting. If you've got a better way of doing it, if you enjoy doing it, it doesn't really matter. You get on and do it. Now, before I cut any more, what I want to do is just score the lines. Now, I use a ruler and just an embossing tool. You could use a biro or something like that that's run out of ink, just something to give an indentation. It just helps you with the folds. So before cutting any more out, I'm going to score it first. So where all the dotted lines are, just score. And it's the only time I do score, I can tell you. Just turn that around as you're doing it. So there's your dotted lines and score. And here you go right through. Now I've got to cut more out of this, but I find it easier to score it first and then cut it out. Because if you cut it out, you've got lots of little flaps going up, so everything's not flat. So it just makes it harder to do. So I've scored that one. I've got one more to do here. And when I'm doing this, I prefer to use a see-through ruler as opposed to a metal one. It just helps you see the lines better. For me personally, again, as a crafter, you've all got your own little way. So that's all scored. And now I'm going to do the same with this one, the card section. And I'm just going to go across from one side to the other and score and score. And then you've got the centre bit here I'm going to score. Just down there. And you've got 2 bits at the end. Now when you're printing as well, print on the back of the card, because this won't be seeing any of these lines. You see, these will be on the inside of the card. So when you don't put your card or your paper, whatever you're going to use, the wrong way around into your printer, print it so it's going to be on the back of the card. It doesn't really matter with this card because it's the same both sides. But if you had a pattern on the other side like this one, then you want to make sure that the pattern is on the back. So now that's been cut out, that's been scored, sorry. Now I'm going to cut it out. Now wherever the black lines are, that was just a little snip down there, but then I've got to cut a corner off like that. So I just go round and round the edge like that, and just cut and just twist. But then I've got to do, these are the little sticky bits that go, the little tags that hold the box base together. That cuts along there, cuts along there. Now I don't know what it is, but when people are cutting or when you're crafting, your voice tends to go lower, doesn't it? So cut that off there, cut that there, and trim along there. So there's the box. I'm not going to fold it yet because that's the exciting bit. Yes, oh yes, it's exciting bits in this as well. So there you go, that's that as well. Now, I've used scissors with that one, it's quite easy to do, but I'm going to use a scalpel with this one because I want to save that bit in the middle, use it on another card, and also you need to do a straight line down here, so it's better to use a metal ruler and a scalpel. Just lay your metal ruler up against the line and just score. Now my scalpel's not the sharpest in the world, so I'll probably have to give it 2 strokes. Just ease it up so you can see that it's cut. You can see that that's cut right through there. You can see my little fingers going through. Now I'm going to cut the centre bit out. Now when you're cutting the centre aperture, you're going to be putting the box in here. So I tend to cut on the outside of the line, just on the outside, so that the box will fit in neatly. If you cut on the inside of the black line, you might find it a little bit more difficult to fit the box inside there. You don't want it too tight, and you don't want it too loose. So I think if you just go on the outside of the black line, that just gives it enough leeway to get the box in and keep it snug in position. So I'm just going to cut down the flaps at the end there like that. And then just turn this around. Always cut down towards yourself. That's the way I do it anyway. And watch your fingers and your thumbs. And just take your time and just do it slowly. You'd rather be safe than rushing. It is better using a scalpel for this and a metal ruler, not a plastic ruler, because you'll be constantly shaving bits of plastic off the side, and before you know it, you've got a ruler that looks like a dog's hind leg, and you'll never ever get a straight line again. So just keep scoring through this with your scalpel. I just want to show you how simple this is to do. If I ever shut my mouth and get on with it. There you go. So that's all cut out there now. Now for the folding. This is the fun bit. You can turn it over now because that's going to be the front. Now you can see the indentations. If you can't see them precisely, well, you know they're there. And if you just bend slightly, you can see there's the first. You see how it naturally folds there? So then just score it. Just squeeze it together and you've got the first fold there. And if I turn that over, you can see the line. It's folded exactly where the lines are. So there's the first fold. The next one is just above here. And if I just gently ease, you can see the creases naturally come in there. Once you've got the crease going, then just bend that down. Be very careful not to bend these straps here because you want to keep that nice and neat and tidy. So just bend over at the top there as gently as possible without bending this bit here. Then you've got the 2 flaps down at the bottom that bend over that way, and then you've got 2 that bend the opposite way like that, so you get that effect. So there is your card basically, and if you want it to go flat, you just fold it down like that, fold it, get the creases really nice and folded, so you've got the card basically like that. So there's your card ready to use. Now you could use the card like that if you want. If you didn't want to cut the centre out, you could have used the card like so. Now I'm going to do the box. Now again, if you turn the box upside down, there's the designs there. You can see the little bit bright. We'll sort that out for the next one. But you see the little black lines? Well, if you turn it over, again, this will naturally fold where it goes. So you just fold that in like that, and then fold that one back. And then take your boning tool or the back of something blunt and just score that crease. Just go over that crease and really kind of make it really nice. So fold over again, fold it back, and then you've got the crease again. Just go with your boning tool over the top. Then again, the other side, and then fold it back. And because you've scored them, they all naturally fold exactly where you've scored. So it's really easy to do. And then you fold that side over. And let's move that out of the way. and then fold it back on itself. So you get the little lip. Don't give me any lip. And you've got that. So there is your inside of the box. And all you've got to do is lift these bits up a little bit, and we're going to stick that together. You've got the little tags either side there. So if I just take my glue pen, I find it handy to use the glue pen, and just put a little bit of glue on the inside of the tag there, and then using your thumb and your forefinger, just fold it over and just squeeze it together. Now just take a few seconds to hold that in position. 10 to 1 it's going to spring open again as soon as I let go of it. But let's try. It didn't this time, but I'm sure it will do on the next ones. A little bit more glue. Just go around, add in a little bit of glue, and then put your flaps together there like that. Bend that over and just hold it in position. Can you see that all right, Chucks? See that? Just holding that down in position. Try and get your corners really neat and tidy. And you can see there on the end there how those are kind of stuck down. The other two are sticking up there, so I'm going to stick those two down as well. If I'm very lucky, they're going to stay stuck down. If not, they'll be popping up again. So that just sticks down there. Just hold it in position. You can see the box coming together there like that. And just hold that there. And then the next one, last one, hopefully, unless they all pop up. A little bit of glue on the flap there. And again, just fold that over, keeping it tight. And that's going to hold together like that. Just squeeze it, and then the box should be really nice and firm, quite sturdy even as well. So there's the box part done. And just fold those back down. I knew they'd come undone as soon as I started faffing with them. Just hold them in position until they are stuck. There you go. That's why we always have one made earlier, which I'll show you in a bit. At least I know that one's stuck. Okay, well, you'll have more time to hold it in position. So that's all. See how that works now? So that folds down, and you've got the inside of the box. There's the box, and you can see it all stuck down there now. Now, there is the card. Now, these are designed for whichever way you want to use them. My flaps keep popping up. Now, you can either, if this was done in a different colour, it'd be quite nice to actually slot that into there. Now, let's see if I can do this without turning it round so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. And because I've just made it a little bit bigger, that flap's coming up. There you go. There you go, there you go. That's gone in from the front there. So you could have this in a different coloured pink, or you could have these in white. You could shape them, you can do what you want with them, fancy cut scissors around them. You could have it like that and build it up. Or, if you want it as a shaker card, that will then be stuck from the inside, like so. So you've got the box and the flaps, using the flaps on the inside, excuse me, there you go, to create that box effect there like that. You can see. Now I've got one, well I'll show you how to make the shaker card first. So there is my little box ready to go. And I've got one that's half done so that you don't have to wait too long. I've got a few little stars here. If you see these, I've just got a few little, decide what you want to put into your shaker. I've just got a few stars. You could do all sorts of things in there, whatever you want. And then I've got a piece of acetate. A little piece of acetate I'm going to stick on the front. Then that goes onto there like so. Just put a little bit of glue around on these flaps here. Try not to spill all your contents out. Come on, work for Daddy. A little bit of glue down there. And then I've got my acetate that just goes over the top like that and sticks down. Now, I would normally wait a little while for that to dry. Doesn't matter if the acetate's coming over, because I'll show you what to do. So there basically is that box finished. Now I've got another one here that I started earlier on, slightly different colour. You can see that one's stuck down now. They're not going anywhere. I'm just putting my lid back on my glue because I don't want that drying up. And then all you do is take your scissors and just trim the excess acetate from around the edge so it's the same size as the box. Then you know this is going to fit into the cavity there at the back perfectly. So there you go. I've got my box done. There's my shaker box already done. There's the one that's still drying. Now I can decide what to do with this. Now I can either stick that onto there, which I think is quite nice. You see the effect you get when you've got two different colours? Looks really good. Or I've got one here that I started earlier, and that would go on the inside there like that. So if you print it on the same paper, you've got the box effect there. So how does that go down? Let's try it in this one. So that opens out as normal. And then if you just put on your box here, again, just where the flaps are, just squeeze a little bit of glue all the way around, like so. Come on. Oh, I knew this was going to be awkward for me. There you go. It's not the technique, it's the glue's not coming out. And then stick that over the top, exactly over the aperture. Now you might have to lift this up and have a look on the other side and line it up before you stick it down properly. And I find if you hold those ends in there, there you go, you can line it up precisely where you want it. Just hold the ends together like that first for a minute or two, so they're stuck down, and then you can hold that side there, just squeeze it in there, and then if you open it up underneath, you can squeeze the top bit too. If you can see close up on that, there you go, you can see that's all stuck down now. So there is your card, as we've done, like that. And I said you could have done the pink inside there, but I've put it on that one. Now, also in the range, now this is just the basic template, but once you've done this, we've got lots of different ideas and ways of actually decorating this up. So one of the ways we've got is by using different apertures. Now have a look on the website, you'll probably see these to go with the stepper box cards. This one's a heart-shaped one, and all I've done is cut the template out and got that as a template, a couple of little tags there, put it on a piece of card and just cut out the matching aperture. Now this aperture goes over the front and sticks down precisely over the top there. So very simple and easy to do. Let's just show, well that one's sticking, I don't want this all falling apart, so I'm going to use another one that I prepared. I've got one here. Now this one's similar, but you can see what this one is. I've put a little fabric 3D kind of silk flower in the middle and some different shaker bits there too. Now I'm going to put some glue. There's my heart that I cut out using the template. Fits the front of that aperture perfectly. So if you have a look on the website, you'll find lots of different apertures, so you can turn it into a Christmas one or an Easter one, or you can turn it into a wedding one, whatever you want. You've got the basics now, so you don't have to keep buying the fronts of these, and then that fits over the top. Let's just get this flat so it works better. And then that sticks down, and you put the glue where it's going to stick onto the card. And then you've got that heart-shaped one. Now you could have use one of the doves or a circle or whatever you want, but this one's a nice romantic one with a heart on. So you see now how easy and simple it is. Can we come back to me, Chuck? That's right, get your buttons right. It's all right, I've got a trainee in. Should be clocking. You can stop cackling. Right, so that is your stepper with the box, and that's just one of the ways of using it. So let's just show you some of the finished cards, just to finish off. So there's that one, there's the main one there, with that beautiful design on there, as you can see. Isn't that fantastic? Then you've got these are the same size here, you can see, so I've done them in different colours. But you can go smaller still. Let's move that out of the way. You can go even smaller. You've got one there that's slightly next one up. Then you've got that one that's the next one up. Then you've got the black one, the big black one there, which is the next one up after that. And where's the other one? And there's the gold one. There you go. You can see you've got all those different sizes here, and you can make wonderful cards like that. And you'll say you can use them for your decoupage, you can use them for your shakers, you can just use them any way you want, but you're getting 6 sizes, and there's tons of stuff you can do with them. Now I've got a fantastic project here for you. We're going to make this beautiful concertina book effect card, but we're going to give it a really old-fashioned, like a real old-fashioned book, a leather book. And we've got beautiful leather effect paper and old paper and some beautiful roses designs. You've got the template, you've got a wrap to go around it, you've got various options. Now in the book, we've got lots of different shapes and that here. I'm just going to show you one project and you can download everything to make this project, plus there's other bits and pieces in there. So if you want to do different sizes or shapes or whatever, you've got all those different options and that. But then you can also go to the category that's got the folding book cards here, and you've got different ones with ovals and diamonds, etc., etc. But this is a complete project, and we're going to just go through it and decorate it bit by bit. You can change it if you want to, but I thought, first of all, I'll just show you some of the papers that you're going to get in this set, and then we can go through it and just make one up together. You're going to get the templates, the basic templates. So if you don't want to make exactly what we're making here now, you want to change the papers, you've got the templates as well. This is just one of the sheets, but you get them for the book side and everything like that. You've got this beautiful effect here, leather effect paper there, and you've got that lovely old red, so we're going to make a very romantic card. We've got the inside of the card here, or you can swap it around if you want. You might, but this would look lovely on the interior of the card, and you've got that lovely old paper effect inside. Then you've also got the template already made up for you with the creates the concertina to go down the inside of the card. If I can show you this card here, this is an example of what we're going to make. And if I open this up, you can see you've got that lovely effect there. You've got the concertina hearts there, and you can see on the end, that's what this section creates there. We're going to make a card much more decorative than that one. So that's going to create the edges of the card. Then you've got all these. Now we've done these ready for you, but again, you can use your templates and cut any design out you want. Got these lovely ones. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and the hearts are different sizes. Now I've also given you a wrap because you can close these books up anywhere you want. A little bit of the Velcro, a little tag on it, or something like that. But we're going to create a wrap. Now you've got the option of printing both of those out so they go on top of each other to put a wrap around the book, or you can print out this one which has got the both of them already on there for you. You're going to be saving yourself ink. You've also got a great cover to go on the front of the card, and this is we're going to use this. You can use all three on a wrap if you want to, but we're going to use that on the front, and then these two are going to form a wrap. And if you were going to be using a full sheet of the design and cut it out, then cut it out with a scalpel, and then all these bits you can save, incorporate into the design if you want to, or you can use them on another card. Now I just want to give you the principle of these book cards, and you can always go and have a look at the demonstration for more tips and advice. There is the book card. That's a basic book card, not decorated. The book opens up and that concertina's down. Now the design's so they've got a nice crease here. That just goes into the middle like that, and then that folds over the top. And the good thing is it all folds flat then, so if you want to post it into an envelope or put decoupage in there, the whole thing folds flat. Then when it comes out of the envelope, it opens up like that, and you've got that beautiful 3D effect there. Now you could put, you could use one, you could use them all the same size. You could put your decoupage in there, perfect for any kind of layering. Shaker cards, you can do all sorts of things with these. Anyway, let's make something. Now, from using your template, I put it through. I've already cut lots of the pieces out, so we save time. Imagine that's an A4 sheet like that. If I just find it, it's here somewhere. Now you've got, oh, come here, come to Daddy. There's the A4 sheet there, and all you do is print that out. Then you will turn it over. Oh, it's got printing on there, but never mind. And you will print that colour on the opposite side. Then put it through and print the pattern onto the book. And then all you do is where the two creases, where the lines are, you just take an embossing tool and you just crease, crease, crease. And if I find it's easiest if you fold the middle over first that way, like that, and then fold the two edges over and turn that over, so you end up like that. And then the middle section, if you fold that in and those two over, so you create that W shape there, and you've got that V, and you've got the book there, so it folds nice and flat, but it kind of springs open, ready to be filled with the bits and pieces. Now, I just want to show you this, show you how this works. There you go. Here's an example here. Now, you've got the pattern, so if you want to cut your own designs out, you can. When you print this out, you can see it's got the lines either side. Now, all you do is take a ruler, and where the lines are, just take an embossing tool or a blunt instrument and just score down from line to line. This is going to create an indentation in your paper. So then you can just score the whole thing and then cut them out and then just fold them, and you end up with two like this. And all I've done is where the scores are, folded one way, then the other way, then fold that way, then that way, then that way, then that way. So you end up with that, a bar. Now I've printed on both sides, but you don't need to. But then you've got that concertina there, and I'm going to use the old-fashioned paper effect for the outside of the book. But you can see how that's concertina together, and I've done that with both of these. So those are the sides of my cards. I've also got all my layers of the cards to give the 3D a look already cut out here as well. There's one, just take that off there, I'll stick that in a minute. You've got the small, you've got the next size, which is that one, and then you've got the next size, and then you've got the next size that goes over the top there. So now all you've got to do is assemble it. I think once you've made one of these, they are so easy to do. Now I'm going to have that on the outside, that yellowy effect. So I've got to decide, I'm going to stick that onto the inside there like that. Now the way I do it is this. Don't forget, everybody's got their own ways of doing things, and this is mine. So I'm just going to put some glue down the inside. If you want to use glue tape, you can do, obviously. So I'll put some glue down there. And then the first one is going to fit. Now the first flap there is onto the inside there, and you just position that directly over the top and then press it down. Then I'm taking the opposite side, make sure I've got it the right way around, and position that onto there like so, and press it down. So there's my first one, and you can see that's all nicely stuck down, and that's ready to have the second layer. So there's my first bit there. You can see that's stuck in there perfectly. Now I'm going to decorate this up as I go along. I've got a little bit of glue on this one. I'm just going to put some glue there, and I'm just on the little bit of the heart there. I've got the rose then, just slowly overlapping over the heart. I'm going to stick the next one down. Again, just turn it over, a little bit of glue either side, like that. Really simple, and you'll be amazed how quickly these come together. And you could decorate them as you go along, or make up a few books so you can decorate at a later time. That just slots into there, and then press it down. That's in position. And then the next one just folds over there like that, and that fits into there. Again, press it down, and you've got that. And that's all nicely stuck down there, ready. I'm going to take another one of the roses. I've got a little rose here. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that one, and that's going to stick there. So it's just slowly, just gently overlapping the inside of the heart. And you can see how that's building up now, creating that 3D look. And I've got the roses as I go along. Finally, I've got the next one. Now I've designed these as well so that you can use them in many different ways. I've designed it so you get the biggest possible book out of one sheet of paper, but you can choose whether to put all the same size templates on or smaller ones. Now I've designed a big aperture for the last one, but if you use the last one, then you're going to have to just trim it, and I'll explain that in a second as we do it. So there's the next one stuck on there. So that's going to go there, and I'm going to stick one more of the roses, if I can find them. There we go. One more of the roses there, and I think I'll stick that just down there. So just a little bit of glue on there, and that can stick there. Can you see how that's building up? Really getting that lovely 3D look. Finally, I'm going to stick that. Now you'll notice this will show a little bit, but I've designed it that way so that you can just trim it. Just depends what you're doing. So I'm going to stick that down on there, and a little bit of glue either side, like so, like that. And then you're going to bring that together like so. That goes onto the edge there, and stick it down. And then the other side comes over, and sticks down like that. So I've built up the whole card. Now that you could send as a card if you want. You don't have to put it inside the book. Can you just come out a bit, Barry? There you go. So if you just, that makes a fantastic card on its own. And what you can see the two little bars here either side. All you do with that, now, you know, if you give me a bit of a wide shot, you just put your scissors in there and just trim around the bar. I've done it this way so that you can actually get a nice big aperture, but it depends on which way the design is, so you can do these in many different ways. But I wanted you to have a really big aperture there, but keep the strength. You see, I've just trimmed around that, so you've still got the strength of the bar there, but you've still got a nice wide aperture. Can you see that? There you go. And I'm going to do the same with the opposite side. Just put your scissors in there and just run the scissors around, cutting out part of that bar. Obviously, you can do a better job than me, you're closer up. So that's going to go there like that. So you can see how that's nicely done now. You've got that lovely 3D look, and you've got the roses builded up. Now, I could put another little rose on the end there, like that, so there, like that. But I think I'm going to put a larger one there at the bottom, so it just sticks out there like that and creates that wonderful effect. So I just need to put a little bit of glue on there. You can use foam pads if you want to. And that's going to go on there, just finishing off the front of the card. And there you go. Now, as I said, you could use that as a card on its own. If we have a look closer up and a closer look on that, you can use that as a card on its own, and that will just stand and it will go flat into a card envelope, and you can do that. But I think it looks fantastic if you actually put it into the book. So that's going to fit into there like so. You see that, how fantastic that looks? And you've got the edge. Now all I've got to do now is put a little bit of glue on the back, and you can use tape as well if you want to. A little bit of glue there. I'm going to put a little bit of glue there. Now you can do various options. You can put a hole in the back of that book there so you can see right through it. But I'm just going to keep it basic for this one. Just position that into your book exactly where you want it. And I think that's fine. Then press it down. You can see nice and flat it goes. And then you've got the book that goes over there, like so. If you can just come out a little bit close that. And you've got the book there that opens up, and then that folds flat. Now, if you want to fold it flat, that just folds into there, that goes there, and then the whole thing folds flat like that. So then you can put that into an envelope and send that. But I think that looks fantastic. Let's have a look at that. There you go. Look at that. That's fantastic. I like that a lot. Because you printed the inside as well, it just looks really, really nice. So there you go. So there's the inside of the book. Now I've also got another little, I've got a couple more options there. You've got these here that are in the set. If you want to use these, here's a sentiment card. You could use that on the inside, or you could take this one I've got here. Let's just take this off for you. I'm going to take this off. Stuck it down a bit too well. Oops, what's that that's fell off? Oh, excuse me. Oops, not been much luck here, am I? Right, hang on a sec, I'm knocking things all over the floor. So that just comes off there, and that goes there. So there you go, I've got those. So now we're going to just stick this on the inside. I think that looks, is that too much or not? Anyway, I'm going to stick it on. I'm going to give you the option, but you could use one of the roses there if you wanted, one of the ones you'd cut out earlier on. See, that looks pretty nice there. Or you could use the, where have I just put it? There you go. Let me just get this for you. You've got various options. I stuck this down so it wouldn't go anywhere. Now I can't take it off. Right, there you go. You can use that as a sentiment maybe. You could have the sentiment, you could put happy birthday on there, maybe a little rose over the top, or if that's too much, just use that on its own. Little sentiment in the middle there. But I'm going to use this main one and just stick that down on the inside, and all it is one of the toppers from the sets, the rose sets. Don't forget, we've got these as well as a download if you want to do lots of other different kind of themes using this design. So there's the inside of the book, which goes together. You can put glitter on, you can do whatever you want. Then this is the outside. I mean, doesn't that look like a book? Isn't that fantastic? Bit close there, Barry, again, thank you. And you can see that how that stands up, and you've got the lovely old-fashioned paper there. So now we're going to decorate the outside of it. So I've taken the book section here, this lovely gold old leather one, and the first thing I'm going to do is just stick that down onto the front. And I've got a little bit of glue there. That's going to go onto there and just stick that down precisely in the middle like that. Now we're going to make a wrap to go around the outside so it can keep it together nice and flat. You can make a box for these as well so they fit in. I think if you go to box number 8, I think that'll be a good one for you. Now I've got the 2 wraps here. Now I've cut these out already and I'm just going to stick these 2 together as you can see. So there's the first one, I printed that out, and now I'm just going to take a little bit of glue. And I say you can use tape, double-sided tape if you wish. That's just going to fit over the top like that. There's the first part of my wrap that's going to go around the card. Next, I've got this section here that's going to fit onto there. And I'm just going to take the double-sided tape off the back. Always takes me forever. And that, I'm just going to line that up and get that in the middle. And that's just going to stick down like that. There you go. So there's the front of my wrap. Isn't that looking fantastic? And then I've got the next section here. I've just got a little bit of double-sided tape, foam tape, and that's going to fit over the top to give it a little bit of a 3D look. Then I've got some nice roses to go on the front too, to match. And I'm just gluing the first one down. That's going to go right down in the middle. The next ones, I've got a little bit of foam on those, double-sided foam tape, and that's going to overlap there, so it gives more of a 3D look. And I'm going to stick one about there, and one down at the bottom. So I've got that. I mean, you could do this as proper 3D as well if you wanted to. So there you go. That is the front of my wrap now. Isn't that fantastic? Looks really good, even though I say so myself. Now the idea is that this is going to fit perfectly over the top of that there, you see? That fits over and that wraps around. So, to make sure that's in the right place perfectly, I'm just going to take a little bit of masking tape, because I don't want it to move. Don't want it to move, oh no. And just stick that down so it stays in the right position. So that's there like that, that goes down. Just sticking it down either side. Just a little bit of low tack masking tape. And that sticks down like that. Now, I'm turning that over, it's not going to move, and I can just flatten that down exactly how I want it, and then just use my embossing tool. Oops, I'm throwing it at you now. Just crease along there, and do the same with the other side too. Crease along there. That's going to make it easier to wrap over. And now I'm going to trim these ends off once I've wrapped them. That goes over there like that. Make sure it's nice and flat. And then that goes over there like that, like so. Now I'm going to trim that off and stick it down. There's plenty of wrap there, so I'm just using a little bit of glue underneath. I don't want it too tight. I'll just make sure there's plenty of room there for it to open up. That sticks down there like that. And I've got one more rose I'm going to stick onto the back just to finish that off and make it look a little bit more neat and tidy. There you go, that's the rose on the wrap that goes around it. So now you've got the complete card finished. So there's the, I've had to stick that upside down. I bet I have, haven't I? Shut it. Right, there you go. Told you it was chaotic crafting. If you do it quick enough, your mistake, you can turn it around and do it again. So there's the front of the card. All I've got to do is take my bits of masking tape off now, without it taking the pattern off, and just gently peel that off. There you go. And you see now there's my card. Isn't that fantastic? Let's have a look at that. So there's my card. Now it's all nice and flat because it's held together with the wrap front of the card. And if I want to open the card up, that just slides off like so. And then you say, oh, what's happened? Oh, there's my card. And it all springs out and it stands there and looks absolutely fantastic. So there you can see that's the brilliant card that you can make. So let me just get that into position a bit more so it looks very, very nice. There you go. So you can really see that. There you go. There's the wrap. So if you want to make a card like that, just download the complete project. You get the video with it as well. But if you want to make loads of other cards, which looks fantastic, using that kind of demonstration, using that kind of technique, well, you can do that because you've got hearts, you've got ovals, you've got rectangles, you've got that, and we're adding all the time. And then the great thing about these is you can put them into an envelope and post them, but you can make them look absolutely fantastic. And I love that card. Some may say it's over the top. I don't care.
So look out for more shows coming to you very soon from iCraft Online.